Whiskey Jason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I have something from India. Paul John. Well, you might know Paul John already if you're a whiskey nerd like I am. But this is an unpeated single cask release exclusively for Germany. A company called the Bremer Spirituosen Kontor, that's the spirits contour, went to India and actually picked out two casks. Cask number 2868, of which I have a sample here, and cask number 4914, which was a peated version. Now, the problem is they're never going to tell us how old the casks were. They did say one of the oldest casks in the warehouse. The reason being is that the whiskey matures in India about 4 times faster than it does in Scotland. Now, let's imagine you want a 20-year-old whiskey, so you have to find a whiskey in India that is 5 years old. Now, if I put a 5-year-old age statement on this, no one's going to say, oh, I'm going to pay 100 euros or $115 for this. Are you crazy? A 5-year-old whiskey? No. If it's a no age statement and it's single cask and you try and go, wow, that is fantastic. So I'm just going to pull out a comparison whiskey. Many of you have seen this already before. This is the Paul John Indian Single Malt Whiskey. Brilliance, 46% ABV. There's the edited and there's the bold. The bold is the peated version. The edited is a mix, a marriage of these two. Doesn't that bottle just look like fantastic there? I did that in my German video as well, and I was amazed at the color that I actually got there. So, here's my glass from before. Now, this was bottled on the 2nd of November, 2017, and the really interesting part was there were 156 bottles only from this cask. So let me just pour a little bit here. Now, a normal bourbon cask has 200 liters. You know liters from your Pepsi and Cola PET bottles. So now what happens is with 200 liters, 0.7 is a normal over here. 0.75 is American normal. But over here in Europe, it's 0.7. So 200 divided by 0.7 adds up to 285 bottles possible that you can get from a fully filled cask. Now, we all know that the angels like to drink. That's the angel share, evaporation, and so on. And in this case, if you take a look at the 156 bottles from the possible 285 bottles, you have an angel share of 45.6%, which is a lot. So, whiskey base, there's a nice little program online, an online database, WhiskyBase1word.com, whiskey without the E, like we do over here in Europe. 111315, and you can actually find information about this. And this was bottled at 59.4%, and it was a first fill bourbon barrel. So I'm just going to nose quickly the brilliance. I really like the brilliance. I really like Paul John. I haven't been a real great fan as of yet of Amrut. I've tried a few different things. Fusion was not my thing. The Greedy Angels wasn't my thing, and so on and so on. I've had, I think, 4 or 5 different... Amrut, there is one that I just love. The Porto Novo is absolutely one of my favorites. And a bottle that I have, or I haven't yet opened, is the Narangi, which I'm going to have to try sometime soon. And I'll see if I can do a video about that, not only in German, but if no one else has done it, also in English. That's my goal. I only produce videos of things no one else has done yet, and that's the reason I'm doing this. Of the 156 bottles, no one has came around to do the English version. To be very honest, I haven't even found someone who's done the German version either. So, now the Cask 2868. Wow, this is excellent. This is saffron, very, very unique. Those are from the not the petals, but actually the little part of the stem of the plant of those blossoms. I have corn syrup, and this is very, very interesting. I have a lot of vanilla, If you would have given this to me and told me this is a bourbon, I would have went, wow, that's that's unique, but yeah, it is a bourbon. I would not disagree with you. And this is the amazing thing about the Paul John cask number 2868 is it's almost like a wonderful 20-some-year-old Scotch ex-bourbon cask, but then it's a little bit also like a good 8-year-old Elijah Craig. Put the put the best of those two worlds together, and you're gonna get this. And that's what I really, really enjoy. It's an amazing smell, and it's also a very, very nice taste. It's very earthy. It's very, very dark. It's very, very woody, and it's very, very, very. I'm a little like tobacco leaves and things I don't normally get in my Scotch whiskies, even though it is a single grain whiskey. It's malted barley. Julia Nornay from Germany. She is called the Nose. She's in the States and all over the world, helping all craft distillers and other people actually make their spirits, gin, whiskey, rum, and so on. She taught me that actually when I'm tasting a cask strength whiskey, that before I put water in it, just try to collect a little bit of saliva in your mouth if necessary. Take a little sip of water beforehand. Don't swallow everything, just leave a little bit in there. Gather that and then try it. And that allows you to portion, to dilute like you like this whiskey. It's very, very good. It's amazingly good. It's an A- good. And I don't think I've had an A- whiskey from India ever. As I said, unfortunately, you'll never see this. 156 bottles, and that's it. That's what happens with single cask. That's one of the major drawbacks of single cask is as soon as all the bottles from that one cask are gone, you will not be able to find another cask like it again. It might be similar, but it won't be the same. Often with Scotch, you talk about the sister cask, actually two casks that were sitting beside each other in the rick house, or as we say over here, in the dung house or in the warehouse, but yet they will still be different. Don't forget, in a barrel you have 20 different trees maybe, and each of those trees actually affect the flavor of that spirit, of that distillate. And the next barrel has different trees that have been used, and it's maybe half a second more of the char, and so on and so on and so on. And everything does make a difference, and it actually creates a different spirit, which makes single cask an unusual but yet very, very special surprise. And as soon as you find those honey barrels, even India has these honey barrels, as we say here in with bourbon, gone is gone. 49, 50% is absolute the sweet spot here. Oh, and it's so sweet and so woody and so earthy and so much flavor and so much sweetness and so much the saffron and so delightful. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful whiskey. 100 euros, $115. C, a solid C. Once again, my grading system is 1, why haven't you bought it? 2, you should buy it. 3, you can buy it. 4, you don't have to buy it. 5, why was it made? So translate that into American. 1, A, you should have bought it long time ago. B, yeah, you can buy it. C is you can buy it. B, you should buy it. 4 is you don't have to buy it. And 5 is, once again, the failing. Oh, I'm really screwing that up, aren't I? So if you fail, you don't have to buy it at all with an F. All right? A, B, C, D, F. So I'm going back very, very briefly to my wonderful bottle over here. I just love the glow of this bottle, the Paul John. A solid B. B minus maybe, but a B. but this is actually an A minus. An excellent, excellent, excellent whiskey. Ooh, let's get a little it's amazing. Compare, this is so sweet and so matured and just perfectly smooth. And this actually has a little bit of bite at the end, which is not necessary. 46% non-chilled filtered, very important. You need to have the 46% to have a non-chilled filtered. If you don't, when you pour it in the glass, you put a little bit of water, ice in it, it clouds up. And we don't want that cloudiness in there, because that many people think those acids that are in there that are cloud up because of the temperature change are bad, but actually it's not. So, wow, I really, really like this whiskey. My question of the day is, what is your favorite whiskey from India? I would have said it was a single cask, which I've actually did a video on. If you take a look in my archives from the Masters of Malt, they actually bought a single cask also from India. It has to be from the city of... Wow, it's not even on here. I have the imported for the John Distillers in... Oh yeah, it's in there. Goa, in Goa, India. They bought the cask from Goa, India, as well as this was also bought there. And they imported it here to Germany. And that was, up until now, my favorite Indian whiskey. And today, I must admit, this is my favorite Indian whiskey. The cask number 2868. Excellent. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please tell others about this crazy American over here in Europe tasting whiskey you'll never get your hands on. So sorry, but that's my job, is to make videos about the rare and exotic whiskeys out there. And that's one of the privileges I have of being able to get my hands on stuff that many, many people have never seen, heard of, or actually knew existed. All right, thank you very much. See you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.